Vikas Nahar. He is the founder and CEO of Happilo International Private Limited. And before going for the interview, I should tell something about him. Because this entire event is focusing on converting cashew as a snack instead of just an ingredient. He has already done it. That is actually the beauty of Mr. Vikas. And also, one more additional information. Happilo is one of the sponsors of Rajasthan Royals IPL, whereby he has actually reached across all the Indians. That is one of the points.
Consumption of cashew is increasing in India. I think there's a very steady growth of around 20 to 30% every year. And also you can see a lot of value-added products are coming into cashews. So the demand will continue growing in the near term.
What is your view on the existing consumption pattern in India?
See, today I think a lot of people want to associate with a brand. They aspire to become like a brand. The personality represents the brand. We at Happilo are trying to create that brand which is synonymous to the dry fruit industry. And cashew is very dear to India, and a lot of cashew is grown in India. But the consumption is still lagging behind when it comes to almond consumption. Because there is a lot of investment from the almond board. We do a lot of stuff to promote it in India. But the problem is the Indian board or the cashew board or a lot of associations which are there, they don't do enough to promote the consumptions of cashew, and the benefit of cashew is not properly communicated to the audience. I think with a little bit of more visibility, a little bit of more education, removing the myths like cholesterol and all, I think cashew can be a great source of a snack or as an ingredient as well.
And when it comes to the availability of your product in e-commerce and retail, what is the proportion of your?
We are equally available in e-commerce, modern trade, or even general trade. But I think largely because India is such a big market, you can see us more on e-commerce because e-commerce only few 5-10 platforms are there. In terms of GT, we are there in more than 10,000 stores in India today, and we are also available across all modern trades.
We are all discussing there are so many grades, but just in 320 there are so many variations. From the buyer's point of view, who is a kernel buyer like Happilo, how you are actually managing this crisis? That is the first question. The second is, though it is actually a lot of variations on the RCL processing unit, so you may have a certain set of quality standards for your end consumer. How you are dealing with this issue?
We have a lot of standardizations at our back end. We have a lot of quality set processes, and we have set parameters defined for every product what we retail. Because as a brand, we are very focused on giving consistency to the audience. We believe that every pack, whenever it is consumed throughout the year, should have the same product, same consistency, same size and same grammage. So we have a lot of standardizations with our suppliers who are largely based out of Mangalore and Udupi and other areas. We actually depend more on the Karnataka cashews. So there we are able to define and control our sourcing as well. And I think over the period of, we are in the 6th year right now, we are a 5-year-old brand. So over a period of time, we are able to learn a lot of things and implement. We have also invested a lot in terms of automating our back end. All our processes are untouched by hand. We want to give that hygienic product to the consumer, and we want the product to be very tasty and true to the nature what is the original form. And in terms of quality consistency, we try to maintain. That's one of the reasons why Happilo is one of the most trusted brands across platforms, and even on e-commerce, I think we are one of the best sellers across many product categories, including cashews.
So what is your expectation? What you can advise the audience to do this initiative, which can add value to you?
I think the standardization is very important. I think the more the industry gets standardized, I think it will be very useful because today you buy from an RCL processor in Karnataka or you buy from some other state or even Kerala or Tamil Nadu for that matter, the standardization is not there. So I think the cashew board has to work, the association have to work, come together and set the basic standardizations across the market so that the product can be uniformly available pan-India. And also I think the FSI also should target people who are doing malpractices in terms of mixing some qualities, infestations or selling underweight and all those things. I think the government has to set up protocols where they actually check, which also helps brands like us because we try to follow all the rules of the land. Even also a lot of processors try to follow all the rules, but there are some people who sell something, some bad product which affects the consumer sentiments also. So I think standardization is very important for the entire sector, brand, processor and everything.
It was a really fantastic talk with Mr. Vikas Nahar. I hope we have the ability to be the number one brand in India. Thank you so much.